Let's watch this video. It's about a British TV show, and I was actually without words.
When a soon-to-be married couple is given all the money they need for their dream wedding, but the groom has to plan the entire thing by himself while the bride is kept in the dark about everything until their actual wedding day. Spoiler alert, you get some of the worst weddings that have ever taken place. And this was the premise of the British reality TV show, Don't Tell the Bride.
Of course, it's a British reality TV show.
Do a quick run-through of some of the worst weddings that have taken place on this show. One episode featured a Beauty and the Beast themed wedding, which is already a pretty gnarly decision because you know how I feel about Disney weddings. But the groom absolutely went for it. He dressed like Beast, like with animal prosthetics and stuff.
Well, if you're furry.
What are you wearing?
And it's like, dude, Beast turns into like a regular hot guy at the end of the movie. Just dress up like that. What does that say about the groom, right? Well, it's the most important day of my life, so I might as well dress like a furry. There was another episode that featured a groom who really likes to play darts.
Imagine intentional interfering for one of the most dreaming days for a woman. Guys, this video is all I'm gonna say is I would intentionally make it a horrible wedding that scars the wife for life. Why? That's so mean.
Naturally, he planned a darts-themed wedding.
A darts-themed wedding.
Dresses with dartboards on them.
If I was a maid of honor and the husband was like, you have to wear this, I would be like, nah. Especially, you know why, Chad? It's a darts-themed wedding. Why would you want to wear a target? Why would you want to wear a target on a darts-themed wedding? I don't want a dart in my belly, chat. I don't want a dart in my belly.
It's not safe to do at a darts-themed wedding. Inside the reception, they had a bunch of dartboards, and they even got a professional darts player to officiate the wedding. And of course, that's what a professional darts player looks like, man. Why would you want a guy that looks like that officiating your wedding? Now, before the husband and wife say bullseye do, if there's anybody in the audience who objects to this marriage, speak now or forever hold your peace. You object? No, it's your bling, sir. It's so bright. Where the hell did you even get all of it? Target.
Not Target.
So I think you guys get the gist of the show. Guys are super dumb and pretty much clueless when we're left to our own devices, and it's hilarious to watch. But my favorite part about this show is seeing like the husband's logic and how they arrive at the choices they make. And I found a great episode that demonstrates that pretty well. So without further ado, let's watch an episode of Don't Tell the Bride.
With just 3 weeks and £14,000 to throw the wedding.
So they have £14,000. It's not for a wedding budget.
Lifetime.
I don't know about wedding budgets.
Information like almost excuses any of the insane decisions that the grooms make because
there's actually not a lot.
But my wife and I actually had 2 weddings. And let me tell you, each of those weddings took way longer than 3 weeks to plan, and they cost much more than $14,000.
So it's like a low budget.
They use pounds. They use pounds in the UK. £14,000.
Oh, $23,000.
$24,000.
Damn, pounds are
like
big.
A super low budget, I guess. It's not that bad, but still, like things add up when you plan a wedding. Trust me. You'll see going forward that even with the budget and time constraints, there is no excuse for the wedding that is put on by this groom. This episode follows 33-year-old Adam and 23-year-old Bianca, and the episode starts with a little blurb about how they met.
When they met 18 months ago on a dating app.
When I first saw Adam, I was attracted instantly because he had like the rugby photo, the action shot.
She looked like she squatted, so she had a nice bum.
Wow, dude, nice bum. She looked like. What? That's, you know, you get the perfect image for this dude from the start, chat. That's a nice bum, bro.
Sorry, I never cry, but sometimes
wedding budgets for this
so
one's
nice
kind of
and
stupid.
You just can't help it.
Nice bum.
And this next part of the origin story is
people?
pretty wild because apparently Bianca
said
was
romance
not
is dead.
planning on getting
Nice
into a
bum.
serious relationship whatsoever because she had a big trip planned in a few months.
I knew I was going away. My tickets were booked.
But when Bianca left for the trip, Adam really missed her, so he decided to join Bianca on her 9-month-long vacation.
We went from just being, you know, casually dating to literally spending 9
So wait,
months
how long did they take until they got engaged? How long have they been together?
in each other's pockets.
Take notes, boys. That's a good dude right there. That's what you gotta do, man. If a girl says she's not looking for anything serious because she's going on a really long trip in a few months, that's an open invitation, brother. And at the end of their vacation, Adam decided to pop the question.
I came up with this idea of making a heart out of rose petals.
The fact that he set it up, you know, that's something that I wouldn't expect Adam to be capable of.
Okay, that's definitely something every guy wants to hear from their fiance.
Why do people get engaged after 1 year of dating?
Up. You know, I asked him to set up the patio furniture one day. He got so scared he called the cops. Well, he tried to, but he never really figured out how to set up his phone. And shortly after their engagement, they discovered that Bianca was pregnant.
18 months after first swiping right, the couple now have a new life
18
together.
months. Wait, so they've been only dating for 18 months? That's like why do people marry a little bit over a year? Like, I don't know shit about being married, and I know that's not good.
South Wales.
So now we got a good understanding of the couple.
3 years
and
is
at this point
minimum,
in the episode,
yeah.
They asked Bianca what her ideal wedding would be if she could
You
make
better
all
got
the
married in a
decisions.
My
year?
ideal wedding would just be a glamorous, classical day. I don't want a theme or anything related to what we've done before. I want this to be a new chapter.
How about a
you know,
darts
new
theme?
experience. No jokey, gimmicky things, you know, just very elegant.
Okay, so classy, elegant, simple wedding, no theme, no jokey
I guess if you
gimmicks
get,
or
like, a
anything,
cheap venue.
not referencing anything they've done in the past. Try to remember those when we hear Adam's ideas.
Oh,
Fate
God.
has played a huge part in my life, so I'm going to let fate decide the major decisions of the
This
wedding.
guy.
I will come up with various options, and Bianca will unknowingly choose her own wedding.
Absolutely 10,000 IQ play right
Genius!
there. He's gonna make Bianca
He's making her
randomly
choose.
choose what her wedding is going to be like with the use of sealed envelopes because
It gives me sort of a get-out clause, because ultimately, if the day doesn't work out, then it's Bianca's fault.
nice, man. That's a good guy right there. Just totally absolves
He's
himself.
such a piece of. So he's making 2 envelopes with 2 of his ideas, making her choose, so that if it's bad, it's her fault. Just honestly,
any
great guy.
responsibility and puts all
Great
of it
guy,
on her
dude.
still. Even though he is doing everything, all of the pressure is still on her somehow. Good guy. So while Adam plans the wedding with his brother for the next 3 weeks, Bianca is sent away on a little family vacation that Adam isn't allowed to invite himself to this time. And as Bianca sadly drives away, Adam immediately starts to work out the details of the wedding. Or sorry, I think I said too many words. Adam immediately starts to work out. Imagine he just doesn't get anything ready for the next 3 weeks because he's just been working out the entire time. Bianca shows up at like an empty church 3 weeks later, and he's at the
Bro.
fucking altar like,
He's working out.
on steroids. I hope that's
I mean, you know,
okay,
getting
this
a
is where we find out
mullet, but a lot of
Adam's two
YouTubers are having
ideas for the
mullets.
possible themes of their upcoming wedding. So already it's not looking good because Bianca
Ciao, what do you think the themes are gonna be? Again, I know, I've seen the video before. Honestly, I kind of want to just watch episodes of Don't Tell the Bride with you. I will see if I can find the show, and maybe we can just watch the show itself, because it's a content well. Mullet on 3.0? Bro. Yeah, okay, just, you know what, no, because there's no way you're gonna guess. There's no way you can
clearly
guess
said
what
she
she's gonna
does
do.
not want any themes.
I don't want a theme.
And both of Adam's ideas are themed weddings.
Me and Bianca fell in love through travel, maybe getting married on a plane. And the other option is obviously a big part of my life before Bianca came along. Well, obviously I was a prison officer. So we'll look at getting married in a prison.
So his options are getting married on a plane or getting married on a prison. Hi, Sibo man. The prison is so. The prison is what? Yo, dude, just getting married in a prison is kind of real.
Get married in a prison?
Oh, God.
Yeah, his two options are either getting married on a plane or in a prison. I mean, what's the difference?
It's just a dream.
So to remind you, Adam is going to have his brother present 2 options, like 2 sealed envelopes to Bianca for her to decide like
Did
major
she talk to him
aspects.
about this before? No, because the whole point of the show is don't tell the bride, so he gets to go away. He doesn't tell him anything, and he's the one that just does to do all the decisions based with the budget, based on what he thinks is the best. I think, man, I'm not super down there. Some people are like, damn, win easy, bro. Dude.
But she doesn't know what she's picking, really. So if it ends up bad, it's all Bianca's fault, quote unquote.
If the day doesn't work out, then it's Bianca's fault.
You know, because she chose it, right? And it's like, not really. That's really not how that works, especially when both the options are bad. No matter what she picks, it's gonna be a shit wedding. Also, like, as bad as the plane idea is, at least it, like, kinda makes sense. They love traveling. You travel on a plane, but getting married in a prison because Adam used to be a prison guard? That's fucking insane. Obviously, don't base your wedding off of the job you used to have. What the fuck? So right around here is where the wedding will take place. Looks perfect. Can I ask why you want to get married in the desert anyway? Well, I actually used to work out here, so it just felt right. Oh, okay, that makes sense. What'd you do for work? I used to disarm active minefields. Oh, cool. Well, if you would just follow me this way. I never said I was good at my job. Okay, so Adam's brother heads over to Bianca so she can make her first decision: prison or plane. She's obviously pretty nervous and confused.
What a
she ends
dream.
up picking the right envelope. Not the right envelope, because like both
Maybe
of
the
them
real
are wrong,
prison
I
is the
think,
love
but
is
she
found
picks
in
the
her
envelope on
heart.
the right.
I'm gonna go right.
And that means
Yes. We're doing the plane, yeah?
so they're getting married.
So
on a
they're,
plane. And
they're
at
at
first I
least
thought
doing a
this was gonna
plane.
be like-
I really would have wanted to see the prison. But they're doing the plane. They're doing the
the
plane.
regular plane.
I
with,
wanted-
like,
I wanted to
strangers
see
on
the
it
prison
and shit,
too.
which would have been fucking insane. But like, I've seen crazier shit on airplanes, so I guess it's not that big of a deal. If I had to choose between
Yeah, but the
seeing
plane is
someone
still
get
super bad. Like, you know how small and shitty a plane
married
is?
or seeing somebody like pick their toenails on a plane, I'm picking the wedding every time. But Adam at least has the decency to book out an entire airplane to fit all the wedding guests. I know Taylor Swift
So
would
the
be
plane
proud
is
of
gonna
him.
be the venue.
Just a joke. And you may be thinking, now this plane that Adam is renting, is it going anywhere? Is this plane whisking everybody away to a beautiful wedding destination? Is the plane taking people to the reception?
Him just in uniform and
No.
her in prison
The
uniform.
plane actually isn't fucking going anywhere. Adam is spending
Oh, that
five-
planet, that's just a regular plane, bro. Crazy. What are you thinking about the plane? It's just a regular plane.
£1,000.
So
to put
5,000
everybody
pounds
in a
is for the plane.
That will take off into
5,000
the air,
pounds? You could just book
fly
like
around the air.
just book like a restaurant for that money, and it would be way better.
Airport for a bit so they can get married while they're in the air, and then it's gonna land back in the same
But it is
airport.
commercial plane.
That's such a dumb
That's how a
idea.
plane
And a girl
looks like.
dreams about
Wait, what
walking
kind
down
of
the
planes
aisle
do you
one day. I
fly?
don't
Do you
think
fly first class? I fly Wizz Air, and that's
they're
how that shit looks
picturing
like.
that type of aisle. And also, dude, Bianca was 8 months pregnant at the time of filming.
Oh, yeah,
I don't
she's
know what it's like
pregnant
to be
too,
pregnant,
Josh. She's
but I can assume
pregnant.
it's pretty uncomfortable. And I think being on a plane, the most uncomfortable place like in the world, it's probably a bad combo for a pregnant person. And dude, the next part of this episode is like so hard to watch. Bianca and her mom take a tour of Bianca's like dream wedding venue. And before we go any further, yes, I know, I'll talk about it. I'm thinking the same thing. Holy shit, that hair is
Yo,
gnarly.
the
Impressive,
fit,
really. I want to know
too.
how many
The
moms
fit.
took a screenshot of this episode, printed it out, and immediately sprinted to their hairdresser.
Yeah, got that VTuber
Because
hair.
this is the ultimate Karen cut. Dude, if I was working a retail job and I saw her walk in, I am quitting on the spot.
Bro,
All jokes
if I was Sainsbury's, I see this lady, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm gone. I'm going to the back and standing there for at least half an hour.
aside, though, as diagonal as her bangs are, she's actually the most level-headed person in this whole episode, I think. And this part is just so hard to watch because all Bianca wants is a nice classic wedding to celebrate their love. You know, just no bells or whistles, super simple. And you'd assume that would be easy for Adam to pull off. Peace and love, he seems like a pretty simple guy. But while Bianca's looking at this wedding venue, Adam is on like a cramped airplane like, yeah, this will be good, bro. Perfect for a wedding. Yeah, maybe they'll even have a movie playing on the little telly screens.
17,000 feet in the air, pregnant. Gonna
The
make it happy.
Kierkegaard versus the normal one, humanities.
Well, she hasn't
I
got a
guess you
choice.
can't
It's the
judge
situation I've
someone by
left her
the
in.
cut.
Such a shithead. Sorry, I'm being a little mean.
Wait, what
he'll
did I say?
1,000 feet in the air, pregnant. Gonna make it happy. Well, she hasn't got a choice. It's the situation I've left her in.
Divorce!
Such a shithead. Sorry, I'm being a little mean. Maybe
Divorce!
he'll redeem himself with the
Divorce!
wedding reception. Unfortunately, he wants the reception to be themed as well
Adam wants to hold a Thai beach party reception.
because they got engaged in Thailand. And although the
So
plan is
they're
a bad
doing a
idea, it looks-
Thailand theme reception, chat. They're doing a Thailand themed reception, guys. It could be saved, chat.
Pick a pretty venue for everybody to eat and dance away the memory of their
It could be
terrible
saved.
high altitude wedding. So let's see what he picks. Who the fuck looks at this venue and thinks wedding reception? An actual ghost could look at this venue and be like, no thank you.
This is the... When I tell you, this video made me die. When I tell you,
This is way too scary. Like, this is where the final fight of a
God.
ninja movie.
Yeah, Drew.
This is where... How?
Drew,
This is where
the
how?
final.
This old
This is
dirty-
where they tie up the chat. This is where they kidnap someone in the movie and they bring them to this warehouse on a chair in the middle, tied up, and then the protagonist walks in and is like, "Oh, I found you," and runs to the person, but then turns out there's bad guys all over and they all jump and ambush the protagonist, chat. They ambush the protagonist. Holy shit. If you had enough time and money, you could make this place really nice. They only have... So there's 14,000 pounds. They spent 5,000 on the place, so they have 9,000 pounds left. But that includes everything, like dress, suits, food, everything, dude.
Warehouse with a leaky ceiling is the venue that
Oh,
Adam
God.
chooses for the reception.
movie called The
And he
Spy Next
hires
Door,
this
Jackie
guy
Chan.
to transform the building into Thailand.
So I want all my guests to be transported to Thailand.
It's also super funny that he says he wants all of his guests transported
I thought it was
to
Kurtis. Thank you
Thailand
for the
after
follow.
being on a vehicle that could literally transport them to Thailand.
We're not going to get a better space than this, are we, really?
I don't think so,
Like,
mate.
so
We're
I'm
not
gonna
gonna get
show
a
you
better
another-
space than
Guys.
this, are we, guys? We're not gonna get a better space than
You
this.
must know better places exist, right? Feel bad for these guys. Okay, so they're now halfway through their 14,000 pound budget, but all they have is the plane ride and the reception venue. They still need to buy rings, dresses, suits, shoes, food, drinks, and a bunch of sand
park
to
is
be
and loads
transported
better,
to the
dude.
warehouse so it can look like Thailand.
We want to fill it with sand.
You know, the things that every
fill it
wedding
with
has.
sand,
You know, as
Jack.
much as I'm making fun of these guys, budgeting, it's pretty difficult, right? It's hard to do for a wedding. It's hard to do in our everyday lives, which is why I'm so excited to talk about the sponsor of this week's video, Rocket Money. That's right, this
Dad.
video is sponsored by Rocket Money. Folks, a little thing, so easy to worry about length,
Guys,
automatically monitor your spending by
you can
category.
monitor
get
your
notifications when
spending,
you've
Jack.
exceeded your limits. So whether
First
you're
time
saving
channel
up for
viewer,
something
originally found it
specific
to
or
Twitter.
just
Yo,
trying to improve your
Pond,
spending habits,
welcome. A lot of people love me to Twitter.
in
Pond.
general. Rocket Money is perfect for you. Rocket Money has helped save
Guys,
its customers up to
there you
$740
go.
a year with Rocket Money today. Just go to Kurtis to get started today
Use-
for free. You hear that? For free. Okay, thank you Rocket Money for
Go,
sponsoring this
do
video.
the thing.
Back to me. And next up is the
Pod.
dress. One of the most important parts of
What's with
a
rich
wedding
people and
day.
importing
You know, some
sand,
girls
bro? I
go
don't
their
even know.
whole lives dreaming
He's doing the
of their
ad, yeah.
perfect wedding dress. It's an incredibly pivotal part of the wedding. So it's such a big decision, Adam has no choice. But Bianca does. She has to choose whether she wants a cheap dress or an expensive dress.
Oh, God.
we want the least expensive.
And they say chivalry is dead.
I
So-
don't want too much booby see.
They're giving her the choice of the
cleavage.
But
dress, either
unfortunately, she
expensive or
chooses
cheap.
the cheap dress.
So the cheap choice it is then.
In this next part, Bianca goes dress
And she
shopping.
chose, like, not without knowing. Without knowing, she chose the cheap dress. Without knowing. So,
So we, the audience, can see what type of dress that she would choose if it was up to her. And this is when she voices her concern about Adam choosing the dress.
I'm a little bit worried because I'm 7 months pregnant now. Hopefully Adam thinks about that as well when he sort of thinks about his choices.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming. But no, that's totally fair. Like I said, I don't know what it's like to be pregnant. I can't imagine what that would feel like to have like a
should be
fucking
worried.
baby inside of you. That's weird. Not weird. It's good. It's a miracle of life. Being pregnant, that's probably the craziest, hardest thing a person can do. I'd like to think most husbands-to-be would consider that, obviously, if they had a
why
pregnant
is he choosing the
wife.
dress? Because that's the point of the show. The point of the show is called Don't Tell the Bride. So the husband gets the budget and plans everything. So that's the whole point of the show. Yeah, so that's where the drama comes from, chat.
Did just see Adam choose the birthplace of hepatitis for a wedding reception, so obviously he doesn't take that into
That
consideration
warehouse
at
kills
all.
me.
Bianca chooses a beautiful designer dress, while Adam orders a 160-pound dress off the internet. The currency.
Got her
pounds, by the way.
address of Amazon. He got her address off Amazon. Chat. He got her address off of Amazon.
Way, not like the dress doesn't weigh 160 pounds. Although that wouldn't fucking surprise me if he did that.
No, put it on. It'll be a good workout.
Dress for women is probably the most important thing. It sort of determines how they feel on the day. But ultimately, she picked that option for it to be the cheapest dress. So if she doesn't like it, then that was her own fault.
Like, yo, no, it's not. What
That's,
a fucking
this
asshole,
guy,
dude. That's
he
so
has to be playing it up for the show, right? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy, dude.
She didn't pick it. She picked a random envelope that you showed. She didn't fucking
He picked
know,
a white
dude.
one. Like, it wasn't even a wedding dress. It was just a dress that came in multiple colors, and he picked a white one. It
I
wasn't
can't
even
imagine
a
Bianca
wedding
watching
dress.
this episode back for the first time and not divorcing him immediately. His logic
But
is
she
just so
picked it,
flawed,
Darko.
You know?
What do
Like,
you mean,
imagine on
Darko?
the
She
plane,
picked it.
Bianca is like, why did you pick a plane to get married on? This is so dumb. I didn't want this either. You picked it, okay? We could have been getting married in a prison right now. It's like, dude, no matter what she picks, it's gonna suck because you suck. Sorry, I digress. Now it's time for Adam to show the bridesmaids the dresses that they'll be wearing.
Oh, God, what do you think the bridesmaid's gonna wear?
10-pound neon pink and yellow dresses. I don't know the reasoning behind that
Almost
decision.
as bad
I feel
as
like
the
maybe
darts
he watched
dresses.
an episode of Power Rangers.
10 pounds, dude. That's how much I paid for Subway order today, chat.
He was like, oh, okay, so pink and yellow are girl colors. And I feel like for this whole episode, Adam's been kind of
Makes
operating on like
sense.
another planet. Every
They are
decision
ugly as
he's
fuck,
made has
dude.
been
At least
objective.
if it was that type of dress but black. Like, if they just got the exact dress but not neon, it would be loads better.
Awful, but everyone around him is like, oh, yeah, all right, mate, this sounds pretty fucking chipper then, bruv. But this next part of the episode is when Adam finally gets a dose of reality from the sand delivery guy of all people. Yeah, I never had a sand delivery guy in my
The
wedding.
sand
but
delivery guy.
His presence was missed for sure. So the Sandman quotes them 2,500 pounds for the amount of sand that they'll need to
So
complete
he's gonna pay 2,500 pounds for sand and 168 pounds for his wife's dress.
completely cover the warehouse floor, which by the way is roughly 16 times more expensive than Bianca's wedding dress. But really, what's more important, ladies? A nice dress or 150 tons of sand? You can't make a wicked baller castle
pick
out of a
the
nice
sand.
dress. I'll tell you that. Ladies, say no to the dress. Yes to the sand. Power over spice is power over all. But after the Sandman quotes them on that price, he goes on to warn them about the safety of the warehouse.
You've got rainwater coming in, there's going to be electrical wiring
What do you
everywhere.
mean?
You have, in my opinion, massive health and safety
It's a beautiful
implications that
warehouse.
you really need to take seriously.
So Adam moves
I
on
don't
from
know
that
what you
dingy
mean,
warehouse
sad
because of the
guy.
safety hazards. And this was the perfect thing to happen to them because now this is a fresh start. They can pick a completely
No, Chad,
different...
they had to give up on the fucking warehouse, Chad. Chad, they had to give up on it, bro. I swear. The best choices, the best things get destroyed. First, it was the prison. Now, the warehouse.
venue that will suit their needs much better. And they do find a new venue. Goodbye, old dirty, stinky warehouse. Hello, new dirty, stinky warehouse. Yeah, man. He just finds a different dirty warehouse.
just found a
Oh, that
smaller
old
one.
warehouse was absolutely fucking filthy, mate. Oh,
He just
this
finds a
warehouse
smaller warehouse.
is dirty. Adam then heads to a department store, buys 2 wedding rings.
Does he know it doesn't have to be a warehouse? I don't think, that's the thing is, I don't think any other venue would allow him to put the sand, Chad. I don't think any other venue would allow him to put sand in it. So I think that's genuinely why he's getting a
He then
warehouse.
spends 500 pounds on a suit,
Oh, yeah.
which is wild.
He spends 500 pounds on his suit and 160 pounds on her dress.
Considering he only spent 160 pounds on his wife's dress, he then tops it all off by spending 130 pounds on plastic buckets.
Plastic bucket shot.
I'm not 100% sure why he got the buckets. Ooh, maybe they'll be
Plastic
handed
buckets.
to the guests when they walk into the venue because they'll probably puke
Plastic
upon
buckets.
seeing where they are. Pretty smart. This next part is pretty wild. This is when Bianca gets her first glimpse into what her wedding is going to look like. Before, it was
God.
just her pointing at random envelopes. But now she has to face reality when her wedding dress is delivered to her house.
Are you joking me? I am literally gonna cry.
Alright, so things aren't looking too good right now. Who knows, right? Maybe when she finally sees the dress, she'll fall in love with it.
The neckline's crap, the arms are crap, the length of it's crap, the
Materials,
material's
shocking.
rubbish.
Why play games with me now?
Okay, this is really sad to watch, obviously, but God, it's even sadder because, like, of what we know. Like, I'm sorry about your dress, but you don't even know the half of it. You don't know anything about the dilapidated warehouse that's being filled with sand. It's about to get so much worse. And this is the challenge of the show, I guess. Weddings are inherently expensive, so if you spend a big chunk of your budget on one aspect of it, the other aspects are going to suffer. So it's just a matter of knowing your partner and what they value the most. And I guess sometimes
Yeah, when I
dudes
tell
don't
you,
know
I
their
was also
partners that
laughing
well
with
at all.
tears
And it's just
at
so
this
frustrating
video.
because it's like,
When I
you
tell
could just
you.
get married in like a pretty part of a public park, right? Kind of like Eminem there. I got married in a pretty part of a public park. But no, seriously, just fucking get married in a park
Get in a
for
park,
free. Rent out like a
exactly.
big cheap tent for the reception, and then spend the
Crying
rest of the
from
money on
happiness.
stuff that like matters, right? Like, why does there always have to be a fucking theme in these episodes? It's like you know, an Extreme Makeover Home Edition when they're showing the family the renovated house, and then when they get to the kids' room, they're like, "Hey, Braxton, we heard you like swimming. So we actually drilled all of your bedroom furniture to the bottom of your pool." This show was like that, but with wedding. But we're getting close to the
my
end now, so
heck.
let's get back to the episode.
I was speaking to my dad the other day, and he said a line, it just resonates through my head all the time now. Listen, son, if she loves you, she'll forgive you.
Oh,
Good attitude to have, brother. All right, guys, it's time. It's now
not
the
if she loves you, she'll forgive you, dude. Not if she loves you, she'll forgive you.
morning of the wedding day, and everybody's getting ready.
Oh.
Bridesmaids are wearing their neon dresses.
Wow.
Bianca's mom has got her neon hair. And
Her
I can
hair
only
is
assume
crazy.
Bianca's gonna have her neon Adam's neck when she sees it. The guests arrive at the airport, and they got high hopes for the wedding. Had to have high hopes for the wedding.
That's the only information we got told was a passport. We're hoping he's going to fly us to Spain.
Okay, super messed up to tell them to bring their passport, right? That is diabolical. A passport implies the act of
So
leaving.
they're going in a plane. And he told them, bring your passports, we're going in a plane. And they don't know the wedding is on the plane.
A country. They're not even leaving the same airspace, really. They're just flying above the Bristol
They don't
airport.
know.
Why'd you tell them to bring their passport? That's fucking mean. Like, imagine if someone invites you to their birthday party and they're like, I don't want to give anything away, but make sure you pack a bathing suit. And then when you get to their house, they're like, all right, you're going to help me nail my kid's furniture to the bottom of the pool. I saw it on TV. All right, guys, it's go time. Adam shows up to the airport in his finest sneakers, boards the plane, and waits for Bianca to arrive. Bianca enters through the back of the plane.
Adam and best man Alec are hiding up front.
I wouldn't really call that hiding. I don't think you can really hide anywhere on a plane. All Bianca has to do is look to the front of the plane, which is, by the way,
I
the
told you,
usual
this is a really
direction
funny
people
video.
look when they're on a plane. Like, does she really not see him? God, I'm so excited to get married. And on a plane, too.
Are we seriously getting married on a plane?
That's so stupid. I hate planes. You know, I'm pregnant too.
Oh, yeah.
This is so uncomfortable.
If our marriage happens
The
on this
British
plane
accent.
today,
This will officially be the worst thing.
You'll be
that
so
has
excited
ever
to actually
happened
went
on
somewhere.
any
Exactly.
plane
Like,
ever.
you're like, oh, he planned the wedding. He gave me a cheap dress, but maybe it's because he spent the rest of the budget on this spectacular wedding, and we're going on a plane, and God knows where we're
I'm
going,
over
you know?
At least we know the baby will be safe. You know, they say flying is the safest way to travel.
Welcome on board, everybody, to this very special flight on this gorgeous Boeing aircraft.
Not
This
the
next part is
Boeing.
fucking terrific. They reach their cruising altitude, and then they call Bianca up to the front.
Would Bianca John please join us at the
This
front of the
hurts.
aircraft?
This part hurts.
Dude, and she still doesn't know that this is the wedding. She still thinks they're flying to a destination for the wedding. And like, the poor dad doesn't even get to walk her down the aisle. It's like, well, I mean, like, I don't know how he would have in the first place, because his airplane aisles are pretty small. I will warn you, a little cringe warning. The actual wedding on the plane is like really rough to watch, so strap in.
Let your marriage be a time of waking each morning and falling in love with each other all over again.
How are you?
That was the official, like, wedding then.
That was.
We haven't got those.
Wow. gross.
What are we doing now then?
What do you mean, what are we doing now then? You should know. You planned the wedding, man. What are we doing now then? What are we doing? Dude, no vows, nothing. The wife walked up to the front of a plane. A guy said a nice sentence, and then that was it. Like, what did Adam expect to happen? This is rough, dude, but we're almost done, okay? Bianca is understandably a little confused.
This is the cheapest marriage? What do you mean? It was 14,000 pounds.
By the wedding ceremony. But Adam really thinks the whole day is gonna turn around when she sees the reception venue.
When you see...
Chat, you're not ready. Chat, you're not ready, chat. You're not ready.
That sort of venue, I think will be pleasantly surprised and amazed.
Just picture in your head what you think the reception is going to look like. Now, whatever you have in your head, make it 1,000,000 times worse, and that's what it looks like.
Don't you feel like you're in Thailand, Chad? Don't you feel like you're in Thailand?
Oh my god, dude.
Oh
what
god.
The fuck?
Oh god.
That looks like shit, my man. That looks like poo. Looks like the unknown is about to pop out. Your plates, nothing, just fucking. I love the one tiny blue sky.
No,
like
go
shit,
back.
my man. That looks like poo. Looks like
god.
the unknown is about to pop out.
It does. It does. Oh god. It's the unknown. Never let bro cook ever, ever, bro. Don't just. Oh god. Worse and worse.
Oh my god. Dude, I love the one tiny blue sky photo backdrop, and then the rest is just filthy brick walls, dude. And
That
yet,
is
no
great.
cutlery or plates, nothing, just fucking buckets.
Buckets.
Awful.
Wow.
Proper, like...
This wasn't the reaction I was expecting.
Adam is so dumb. I'm sorry. He's such an
Wasn't
idiot.
it
I
the
can't
reaction
imagine
he
how
was
many criminals
expecting?
escaped under his watch when he was a prison guard. All they probably had to do was just ask Adam to be set free, and he'd be like, okay, no problem. What are we doing now then?
What are we doing now then?
And dude, I really feel bad for Bianca, because by the end of this whole day, she is a broken woman. She has lost all hope and sanity.
Suits are tacky, the dress is tacky, the flowers are tacky, the shoes are tacky. At least you get to link.
Like, dude, this is her Joker origin story.
She's actually having a Joker moment. She's like,
This wedding ring. So the episode ends with Bianca and Adam enjoying the rest of their night to the best of their ability, and then we can only assume they live happily ever
Imagine
after while
walking
they
with
raise their baby
heels
boy
in
together.
sand.
So that was an episode of Don't Tell the Bride. This is an evil show, I think. Give dudes a small budget and a limited amount of time to plan like the most important
We need
day
to watch
of
more
their
of the
lives.
show.
That's bad news. And I'm not sympathizing or anything. I'm not trying to cut Adam any slack here. But like, this is a dastardly television program. And that is proven even further when the credits roll and it is revealed that this show was devised by John Rowlands. It all makes sense. This is a show that only could have been devised, okay? It was not created. No more wedding planners, okay? We need wedding devisers.
I devised some
that was right. I told you.
We gotta
I
use that
told
word
you,
way
Chad.
more. Now I thought this was gonna be the end of the video. It's not. Bianca and Adam's story does not end here. It turns out I was wrong. They did not go on to live happily ever after. I found an article about this couple that came out a little while after their episode aired, titled, "Don't Tell the Bride's Star Who Had Disastrous Wedding in a Sand-Filled..."
You're not ready for this. You are not ready for this. You are not ready for this. Why are we watching? Oh, you came at the end. It's a banger video, though. It's a banger video. A friend of mine paid 30K for his wedding. He got divorced 2 years later. Yeah, he looks a lot like you. No, what? You guys will just see two white people with dark hair and be like, you look the same. Okay. Just watch this headline. Look at this headline.
The warehouse recalls how she uncovered her husband's affair while he was in a coma. Now that's what I call turbulence. Let's read some of the article because holy shit, this is insane. Bianca was at the gym and Brock, their son, at the nursery when Adam called her from their home one day.
Their son's name is Brock.
September 2017. He was slurring his words, not making sense, and he said he didn't feel right. I phoned for an ambulance and the controller said it sounded like a stroke. By the time I got home, he was semi-conscious on the floor. The ambulance arrived just after me and I followed it to the hospital. It later emerged that Adam, who had just taken part in a bodybuilding contest, was suffering from rhabdomyolysis, the breakdown of muscle tissue that leads to the release of muscle fibers into the bloodstream. The rare condition, often occurring in endurance athletes, can be life-threatening. I called Mom on the way to the hospital to tell her what had happened, recalls Bianca, and as we were talking, my phone battery died. I had Adam's phone with me, so I switched to his. He never made a secret of his security.
I'm just gonna let this play out.
It pinged as a message came through. It read, "What are you doing today, babe?" I thought, babe? That's a bit cozy. But I laughed and told myself it was probably completely innocent. Okay, first off, how the fuck did he even go into a coma? That doesn't make sense to me. How can one slip into a coma when there's already zero brain activity? At the hospital, Adam was in intensive care and I sat in the family room distraught, anxiously waiting for news. Then another text came through, just 2 question marks. I thought, what the hell? I clicked on the profile photo of the sender, which showed 3 women. I thought, this isn't right. I had a little word with myself, don't do anything, he's really poorly. But I couldn't help it. I turned detective to find out who had messaged my husband. Bianca, who had never suspected Adam was being unfaithful, scoured social media and uncovered the identity of the woman with whom he had evidently been having an affair. On a rugby mates WhatsApp group, he found that Adam had shared photos of his lover in her underwear, together with graphic details of their clandestine sex life with his friends.
Yep.
Yeah, and now I don't feel so bad calling him dumb so many times. I think Adam was putting a little bit too much stock in that advice from his father.
Yep.
If she loves you, she'll forgive you.
And if you're wondering what happened next, Adam woke up from his coma and completely recovered. And once he did, Bianca immediately left him.
Yep.
Crazy turn of events, dude. Not really
Chad,
shocking.
the craziest turn of events for me is that she left him after this and not after that wedding. The craziest turn of events for me is that it took him getting in a coma and her discovering an affair to leave.
Didn't really think about his wife at all during the wedding planning. Continued to not think about his wife at all once they were married. So what did we learn? Guys are dumb as hell and probably shouldn't be in charge of large decisions.
And that's the whole sentence. I really didn't need to say anything after that.
Now, is that new information? Not at all. Is it important? Yes! Alright, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
This video was crazy.